Okay, let's unpack this. We're so used to walls being fixed, right? Sort of immutable boundaries.
Definitely.
Think about, your home, your office, maybe a shop front. The walls are just there, permanent.
Hmm.
But what if that whole concept, that idea of a solid, permanent wall, could be completely reimagined, shattered almost?
Exactly. And that's what we're digging into today. We're looking at horizontal sliding wall systems. HSW is the shorthand you hear a
Yeah,
lot.
HSW, got it.
Yeah, specifically some really interesting innovations from a company called Sunflex. And these really aren't just, fancy doors.
Right.
They're more like a fundamental rethink, a paradigm shift,
Yeah.
really, in how we design spaces and how we use them, what a wall can be.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive then is to pull out the most, well, surprising bits, the really practical stuff from the materials you shared,
Yeah.
helping you, the listener, understand how these systems give you this incredible flexibility, this design freedom, turning huge openings into like seamless transitions, easily and with real style.
That's the goal.
So let's start with that core promise. Open spaces.
Mm-hmm.
These SUNFLX HSW systems, they let you take massive openings, think building facades, wide shop fronts, and close them off completely.
Right, securely.
But then, and this is the key part, reopen them across their entire area, super conveniently and totally barrier-free.
Yeah, it's not about just putting a door in a wall.
No.
It's about the wall itself basically dissolving when you want it to.
Right.
You get this totally uninterrupted flow between spaces.
So what makes that possible? What's the clever bit in the design?
Well, the really ingenious part, the fundamental principle, is that the individual glass panels, they're not connected to each other.
Ah, okay. Unlike, say, bifolds where they're all hinged together.
Exactly. And because they're independent, it means you can park them away really neatly, saving space,
Right.
but not just stacked up at the ends, You can park them in almost any individual position along the track.
Oh, interesting. So not just bunched at the sides?
Nope. Think about what that means for designers, for architects. What limitations does that kind of freedom just wipe away?
Yeah, I can see that. It allows for spaces that can really change their shape and function on the fly, doesn't it?
Totally dynamic,
Yeah.
adaptable, instant character change.
And something else in the material really jumped out at me. The fact that the system can operate entirely without a bottom track.
Ah, yes. That's a big one.
Explain that. For someone listening, why is having no bottom track such a game changer?
It's huge. I mean, primarily, no bottom track means zero connections needed in the floor area.
Okay.
So you get a completely barrier-free threshold. Imagine walking from inside to your patio or between two rooms. Absolutely nothing undersung. No trip hazard, no channel to collect dirt.
Wow. Smooth.
Completely smooth. From an accessibility point of view, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But also, aesthetically, designers love it because you can have continuous flooring, no interruptions.
That idea of a completely flat, barrier-free threshold is, it's incredibly elegant, isn't it?
It really is.
And thinking bigger picture, Ben, that lack of a bottom track plus the fact that panels move individually,
Yeah.
that makes them useful inside too, right, as a room divider.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Because they're typically top hung, all the weight and guidance is from the ceiling track.
Right.
So you can easily use them inside existing spaces as really versatile dividing walls. Imagine reconfiguring a big open plan office into smaller meeting spots for an afternoon.
Or opening up your dining room into the living room for a party.
Exactly that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instant flexibility within the building footprint.
So how do they actually feel to, move around? You mentioned easy sliding and turning.
Yeah, they're designed to be quite effortless. The individual elements slide smoothly, and then when you get to the end or wherever the parking area is, they pivot or turn easily.
Then you go into this parking bay.
Right. A dedicated spot, usually off to the side or maybe in a recess, where the panels stack neatly out of the way.
So the whole opening is genuinely clear, no awkward half-open door sticking out.
Correct. It just vanishes, like you said earlier.
And can you customize how that works? The parking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The way the panels are divided up, the design of that parking bay itself, it can all be individualized, tailored to the specific layout and how you want to use the space.
Makes sense.
And there's another really practical option. You can have an integrated pass door.
A normal door within the sliding wall.
Exactly. Within any one of the sliding glass panels. So if you just need to pop through quickly, you don't have to slide open a whole section.
Ah, that's clever. Especially for like a shop front or a busy area.
Super convenient for high traffic spots, yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Security. If these walls can disappear, how do you actually lock them up securely?
Good question. Typically, the locking is done with what are called shoe bolt locks.
Jute bolt.
Yeah, think of strong bolts, usually operated by a handle or a key, that shoot down from the bottom of the panel directly into discrete sockets sunk into the floor.
Okay, anchoring them down.
Right, anchoring them securely. And if you need more, there's usually an option for extra locking, maybe a latch lock, and a profile cylinder.
Yeah.
The standard key barrel.
So you can integrate it with built-in key systems and things like that.
Precisely. Gives you more control and options.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And what about wear and tear? A system like this feels like it would get a lot of use. How durable is it? Is it high maintenance?
They're actually designed to be pretty robust. They use low wear, essentially maintenance-free fittings for the sliding and pivoting mechanisms. Plus, they usually have dual brush seals top and bottom. That helps with weatherproofing, keeps drafts out, maybe dampens a bit of sound too.
Okay.
But here's something really quite smart about the durability and maintenance side. The fittings are designed to be fault-free, but also, if a single glass panel gets damaged down the line, scratched, chipped, whatever, you can often change just that one complete glass panel on site without a massive hassle.
Oh, wow. Not like having to replace a huge chunk of a fixed window or wall.
Exactly. Think about the long-term cost and convenience. It's a surprisingly practical design feature for longevity, almost future-proofing it against minor mishaps.
That's a really good point, actually. Okay, so let's maybe dig into the different system types SUNFLEX offers. You mentioned a few. SF50, what's that one about?
Right, the SF50 HSW, that's their non-insulated aluminum system. Key thing here is it's an all-glass look. No vertical frames between the panels.
Very minimalist.
It uses toughened safety glass, typically 8, 10, or 12 millimeters thick.
So where would you use that?
Perfect for internal dividers where you want maximum light and visibility, or, external uses where full thermal insulation isn't the main priority, maybe enclosing a balcony or a patio area that's not fully climate controlled.
Gotcha. And then there's the SF40. How's that different?
The SF40 HSW is also an all-glass system, also non-insulated aluminum profiles.
Okay.
But the interesting bit here is its glazing capability. It uses internal glazing beads, and it can handle a much wider range of glass thicknesses, anywhere from 6 millimeters up to 38 millimeter.
38 millimeters? That's quite thick for a non-insulated system. Why so much range?
Well, it gives you options. Even without full thermal insulation, you might want thicker glass for, say, better sound reduction. Or maybe you want laminated glass for security, or specific types of solar control glass.
Right, so more versatility in the glass itself, even if it's not a warm system.
Exactly. If SF50 is the pure minimalist look, SF40 gives you that same all-glass aesthetic, but with a much broader glass specification palette.
Okay, so those cover the non-insulated side, but what if you need that flexibility and proper thermal performance? Energy efficiency.
Now you're talking about the SF55 HSW. That's the significant step up. It's an insulated aluminum system.
Right, thermally broken profiles and all that.
Correct. And like the SF40, it also uses internal glazing and handles that wide range of thicknesses, 6 millimeter to 38 millimeter. So you can put in double or even triple glazing units for really good thermal insulation, acoustic performance, the works.
And does the SF55 come with other sort of more advanced features because it's insulated and likely used for primary external walls?
It does, yeah. You get more choices for locks and handles, different styles, different functions.
Okay.
And remember that pass door option. On the SF55, you can have that as a single swing door, or even as French-style double doors integrated within the sliding system.
Oh, nice.
And crucially, for security, it often features a mushroom head lock mechanism.
Mushroom head? What's that do?
It's a type of locking point that hooks into the keep in the frame, kind of like a mushroom shape. It provides much better engagement, makes the system tighter against weather, but also significantly increases burglar resistance. It's much harder to pry open.
Right, that makes sense for an external insulated wall. You need that extra security.
Definitely a key benefit there.
So beyond these specific systems, 50, 40, 55, it sounds like there's a huge amount of general customization available across the board.
Oh, absolutely vast. You can choose from all sorts of glazing types. Clear, frosted, tinted, low-E coatings for energy saving, maybe even switchable privacy glass.
Wow.
Then you've got different lock types, a massive range of colors and finishes for the aluminum frames, standard REL colors, metallic effects, textured finishes. You can even get wood finishes.
Wood finishes on aluminum.
Yeah, very convincing ones. But what really blows the design doors open, so to speak, is the ability to handle different geometries. These systems aren't just for straight lines. They can navigate corner angles from 90 degrees all the way up to 180 degrees.
So you can do curves or wrap around corners.
Exactly. You can create segmented curves, wrap around building corners seamlessly. Imagine a wall that follows the shape of a curved patio and then disappears entirely. It allows for some incredibly flexible, creative architectural designs.
That really is rethinking the wall, isn't it? So recapping them, we've really explored how these horizontal sliding wall systems from Sunflex aren't just, doors or windows.
Not at all.
They're a genuinely revolutionary way to think about space, blurring the lines between inside and out, between different rooms, even blurring the lines of what's possible in design. They let you redefine a space almost instantly.
Yeah, and if you step back and look at the bigger picture, it's that combination, isn't it?
Yeah.
The engineering precision that makes them work so smoothly, the aesthetic flexibility to make them look how you want, and the sheer practicality of how they function day to day. That blend really does transform how we think about the basic structure of where we live and work. It kind of opens up this new world of adaptable, connected spatial experiences.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. Considering this huge range of customization, the different performance levels, and this ability to literally make walls vanish, how might these kinds of systems start influencing future architecture? Especially, say, in cities where space is tight and needs to be multifunctional, or maybe even in designing buildings that need to be more resilient or adaptable.